Somewhere out there, a Suzuki with 100,000 miles on the clock is starting on the first try on its third owner, while a brand new naked bike sits in a dealership, throwing a ride-by-wire fault code nobody can diagnose. These are the bikes mechanics actually ride to work. No fairings, no firmware, just a bulletproof engine wrapped in whatever frame was cheapest to weld. We have covered cruisers, tourers, and hyperbikes. Today, the segment that started it all, standards and nakeds, 20 of them. And number 19 hides its fuel tank under the seat and gives you a trunk where the tank should be. Let us get into it. Paving the way at number 20, Kawasaki Z1000. We are opening with the bike that basically invented the modern Sugoi-styled naked look. Built from 2003 through 2016, this thing looks like it wants to fight you in a parking lot, and honestly, it might win. The engine is a 1,043 cubic centimeters inline-4, and Kawasaki did something smart here. No failure-prone superchargers, no exotic electronics gimmicks, just a heavy-duty block that shrugs off 80,000 miles like it is nothing. Kawasaki's design team gave this bike its signature, Sugoi, look starting with the 2014 refresh, a Japanese term roughly meaning an intense, almost frightening presence. The 2010 model year onward moved the exhaust to a tucked undertail unit, cleaning up the rear end and shifting weight lower and more centrally for sharper handling. Wet weight sits around 485 pounds depending on the generation, and seat height hovers around 31.5 inches, putting most riders flat-footed at stops. Valve checks on the earlier design are needed roughly every 15,000 miles, but owners consistently report the shims rarely need adjusting at all once the engine settles in. The chain final drive is standard fare, meaning routine lubrication is your only real maintenance chore beyond oil changes. Used prices sit between $4,500 and $6,500, which is basically pocket change for aggressive, bad boy styling, backed by Japanese dependability. Imagine standing in front of a bike you want, the seller swearing it's perfect. That's where riders overpay by thousands on a $10,000 bike. Our buyer's kit tells you what it's really worth, your fair price, and when to walk away. A wrong bike costs thousands. This kit, just $49. The easiest money you'll ever save. Scan the QR on the right or tap the link in the description. Let's get that bike you've always wanted for even cheaper. This is the bike for riders who want attitude without the anxiety of an unreliable engine. But if you think a Liter 4 is impressive, wait until you hear about the bike that is basically half a Honda car engine, hiding in plain sight. Claiming a spot at number 19, Honda NC750 and NC700. Honda did something weird in 2012, and it worked brilliantly. They took a car engine platform, more or less, and turned it into a motorcycle. The NC750 and its predecessor, the NC700 run a 745 cubic centimeters or 670 cubic centimeters. Parallel twin that operates at ridiculously low RPM. Here is the reliability proof that matters. This engine routinely sails past 100,000 miles. It lacks a complex valve train, and because it spins so slowly, internal stress is basically non-existent. Owners report engines that simply refuse to complain. The valve clearance check interval on this engine is a genuinely lazy 26,000 miles, among the longest of any bike on this entire list, and fuel economy regularly climbs into the 60 to 70 miles per gallon range, thanks to the automotive-derived low-stress tuning. Some model years even offer a dual-clutch transmission option, which removes the clutch lever entirely, though the manual version remains the more mechanically simple and cheaper to fix choice on the used market. Honda also offers this bike with an optional dual-clutch transmission, meaning no clutch lever at all, just a foot shift or paddle shift automatic. It adds roughly 22 pounds and a small premium in used pricing, but owners report the DCT version to be just as mechanically reliable as the standard manual clutch model. Used prices run $4,000 to $6,000, and here is the kicker. Instead of a gas tank up front, you get a built-in storage frunk. Where does the fuel go? Underneath the seat. It is weird. It is practical. It is a commuter's dream. This is the bike for couriers, practical riders, and anyone who has ever lost their car keys and wished their motorcycle had a glove box. If you are enjoying this list so far, do us a favor and hit subscribe right now. It genuinely helps the channel keep making videos exactly like this one. Now, if a car engine in disguise sounds appealing, wait until you meet the bike that basically started the entire affordable naked bike revolution. Locking down value at number 18, Suzuki SV650, 1999 through 2026. Let that sink in for a second. This bike has been in continuous production in some form for over 2 decades. That is not an accident. That is a company that knows it built something special. The engine is a 645cc V-twin, and the reliability proof is almost boring at this point. 100,000 plus miles is considered normal, not exceptional. Older models skip the delicate ride-by-wire throttle and complex quick shifter entirely. Less to brake means less that does brake. Valve adjustments are needed roughly every 14,500 miles, and the design uses shims that can be swapped without pulling the camshafts, keeping the labor bill low compared to rival V-twin-S. Wet weight comes in around 460 pounds on modern models, and the low center of gravity from the V-twin layout makes this one of the most confidence-inspiring bikes for a nervous new rider to throw a leg over. The original 1999 version was even offered with a half fairing. As the SV650S, Suzuki dropped the faired option and went naked only starting in 2016. The engine's 90-degree V-twin layout gives it near-perfect primary balance, which is a big reason it runs so smooth without needing a balancer shaft at all. Used examples go for $2,500 to $4,500, making it one of the most affordable entries into engine that will genuinely outlive you territory. This is the bike for new riders, daily commuters, and budget track day warriors who do not want to explain to their bank account why the motorcycle broke again. But if a V-twin commuter sounds a little too civilized for you, our next bike takes that exact same philosophy and adds a genuinely unhinged amount of character. Blazing in as number 17, the Yamaha MT-07 FZ07. 2014 onwards, and this bike is basically a cult. The cross-plane parallel twin engine, displacing 689 cubic centimeters, has become an internet legend on forums and in comment sections. For one simple reason, it does not break. The reliability proof here is 75,000 plus miles with no major internal transmission faults and no complex top-end valve train drama. This is a mechanical workhorse dressed up as a fun, lightweight street fighter. Yamaha spaced the valve check interval out to 26,600 miles, and owners frequently report the clearances needing no adjustment at all when the wrenches finally come out. At just around 406 pounds wet, it is also one of the lighter bikes on this list, which reduces stress on the front forks, tires, and brake components over the long haul. This engine has proven itself durable enough to be homologated for Moto America's Twins Cup Racing Series, meaning it survives full-throttle racetrack abuse on top of daily commuting duty. Forged aluminum pistons, usually reserved for higher-strung performance engines, are a big reason this budget twin can take that kind of punishment without complaint. Used prices land between $4,000 and $6,000. For that money, you get a bike beloved by urban stunt riders, lightweight tourers, and basically anyone who has ever wanted a motorcycle that is fun without requiring a second mortgage and repair bills. This bike proved that a torquey twin could be more exciting than a screaming four-cylinder. Speaking of twins with serious street cred, our next entry runs on the exact same guts, just wearing a much cooler retro jacket. Snagging a spot as number 16, the Yamaha XSR700. The parts pipeline on this bike is completely shared with the MT-07, but the exposed round headlight and classic tank panels mean you get modern mechanical peace of mind wrapped in an absolute styling masterpiece. There is genuinely nothing mechanically different here that would scare you off. It is the same bulletproof engine that has powered thousands of commuters and canyon carvers for over a decade, now dressed like it belongs in a 1970s motorcycle magazine advertisement. Because the running gear is shafted with the MT-07, parts availability is excellent and cheap, which matters a lot to the custom bike builders who tend to buy this thing specifically to modify it. The exposed round headlight and spoke look wheels add a small amount of extra cleaning time, but nothing resembling actual maintenance risk, and the chain final drive means the only rear recurring task is keeping it lubed and adjusted every few thousand miles. This bike belongs to Yamaha's Faster Sons Heritage lineup, alongside the larger XSR900. Several model years have offered retro paint schemes that directly reference Yamaha's 1980s XS and SR singles, which is exactly why builders keep gravitating toward it for custom cafe racer projects. Used prices sit at $5,000 to $6,800, a small premium over its naked sibling for styling that custom bike builders absolutely cannot get enough of. This is the bike for anyone who wants heritage, looks with zero heritage headaches. But if retro styling appeals to you, our next bike is an older, more rugged slice of 90s Honda engineering that quietly refuses to quit. Hunting down a bargain at number 15, Honda 919 Hornet 900. 2002 through 2007, this is the bike that purists whisper about. Built using a rugged, detuned CBR 900RR superbike engine, displacing 919 cubic centimeters. This thing was designed to be exciting without the fragility of a full race machine. The reliability proof is staggering. 100,000 plus miles is considered achievable. And because this bike predates modern electronics entirely, it avoids failure-prone CAN bus wiring systems that plague newer machines. No sensors arguing with each other, no firmware, just a dead simple, first-generation, fuel-injected inline-4 that avoids complex computing grids entirely. There are no finicky sensors to argue with, making it a dream to maintain. Carburetors mean occasional cleaning if the bike sits for months, but that is a weekend job with basic tools, not a dealership visit. The steel frame and non-adjustable suspension keep the parts count low, and the 4 carburetors, while occasionally needing synchronization, rarely go out of tune enough to notice on the street. Wet weight lands around 465 pounds, keeping it flickable despite the big bike engine underneath. This bike borrowed its inverted front forks directly from the CBR 900RR superbike, giving it genuinely sharp front-end feedback for a standard bike. Honda pulled it from the US market after 2007 due to tightening emissions rules, which is a big reason surviving examples are becoming quietly harder to find. Used prices are shockingly low, $2,500 to $4,000 for a genuinely potent standard bike. This is the bike for die-hard fans of simplicity, urban commuters, and mechanics who actually enjoy wrenching on their own machines. But if you want that same detuned superbike philosophy in a modern, fuel-injected package, our next bike delivers exactly that. Stepping up the power at number 14, Honda CB1000R, 2008 onwards. And this is what happens when Honda takes the legendary CBR 1000RR superbike engine and essentially tells it to calm down. The result is a 998 cubic centimeters inline, 4-tuned for massive torque instead of screaming top-end power. The reliability proof is exactly what you would expect from a detuned superbike heart, 100,000 plus miles without drama. Because it operates well below its ceiling, the extreme high RPM stress that wears out sport bikes simply is not present here. Valve checks are needed roughly every 16,000 miles, an easy interval for an engine derived from a race-focused superbike platform. The 2021 redesign added a single-sided swing arm and a full LCD dash, but the fundamental architecture and the reliability that comes with it stayed untouched. Fuel injection on every model year has proven rock solid, with essentially no reported sensor or throttle body failures reported at scale. The 2018 redesign brought Honda's Neo Sports Cafe styling along with a Showa SFFBP front fork, the same separate function big piston technology used on Honda's race machines. Throttle-by-wire arrived with selectable ride modes at the same time, but reported electronic failures on this system remain rare even years later. Used prices run $5,500 to $7,500, which sounds like a lot until you realize you are buying a refined, comfortable liter bike engine with a reliability report card that would make a Honda Civic jealous. This is the bike for experienced riders who have graduated from smaller machines and want serious power without serious anxiety. Our next bike takes that same superbike engine, dialed back formula, and delivers a brutal, sharp-edged Kawasaki powerhouse with a legendary reputation for being built like a tank. Imagine walking into a viewing holding all the cards, You know the fair price, you know your opening offer, and you know the exact number where you walk away. That's how you knock hundreds, even thousands off the asking price. Our buyer's kit hands you those numbers for just $49. Negotiate from facts and never overpay again. Scan the QR on the right or tap the link in the description. Right away, knowing you got the best deal. Crashing the list at number 13, the ferocious Kawasaki Z900. 2017 onwards, and this 948cc inline-4 is Kawasaki's masterclass in building a high-performance engine that is completely immune to typical super-naked fragility. While other brands were pushing the limits of tuning and sacrificing long-term durability, Kawasaki designed this power plant to be an absolute tank. The reliability proof sits at 85,000 plus miles with zero fuss, and the global owner consensus highlights it as one of the most trouble-free, large displacement naked bikes on the market. Valve inspection intervals run at a generous 15,200 miles, and the underlying engine architecture is actually derived from the legendary Z1000, detuned and optimized for massive mid-range punch instead of peaky top-end stress. Wet weight sits around 463 pounds, which is remarkably light for a full-scale 900cc Class 4-cylinder. Kawasaki also equipped it with an assistant slipper clutch, reducing lever pull weight and preventing rear-wheel hop during aggressive downshifts on your favorite twisty roads. The Z900's frame is a high-tensile steel trellis design, borrowed conceptually from the iconic H2 hyperbike, ensuring massive structural rigidity without adding unnecessary weight or complexity to the overall chassis package. Used pricing sits between $5,500 and $7,200, making it an incredible bargain for riders who want open-class acceleration paired with bulletproof Japanese quality. This is the bike for riders who want brutal inline-4 power and modern street fighter aggression without any of the exotic maintenance nightmares. Speaking of engines with racing pedigree, our next entry took that exact same K5 heart and stuffed it into an even bigger, more aggressive naked frame. Bringing in comfort at number 12, Suzuki GSX-S1000, 2015 onwards. And this is basically the big brother to the 750 above, using the same K5 GSX-1000 engine lineage, now bored out to 999 cubic centimeters. The reliability proof is nearly identical to its smaller sibling, 95,000 plus miles with straightforward, uncomplicated servicing. This is a superbike engine that has already proven itself on racetracks around the world, now living a much easier life in a naked street fighter chassis. The 2022 refresh brought a full electronic suite, including ride modes and a quick shifter option, but reports of failures in that added electronics package remain rare, and the mechanical bottom end underneath all of it remains completely unchanged from the earlier, simpler, carbureted adjacent generation. Wet weight sits around 466 pounds, respectably light for a liter Class 4-cylinder, and the chain final drive is a simple 520 pitch unit that most owners can service themselves in a driveway. Used prices land at $6,000 to $8,200, which buys you genuine superbike power wrapped in an upright, comfortable seating position that will not destroy your back on the way to work. This is the bike for sport bike veterans who want liter-class power without a sport bike's punishing ergonomics. But if a raw 4-cylinder feels like overkill, our next bike proves a smaller triple can be just as thrilling. Screaming into the number 11 spot, Triumph Street Triple 675/765. 2007 onwards, and Triumph's Street Triple line has become synonymous with canyon carving fun. Early bikes ran 675 cubic centimeters, while modern versions have grown to 765 cubic centimeters, both using Triumph's signature inline triple layout. Here is an important, honest reliability note. Early models had stator issues. Triumph fixed this. Modern iterations feature a genuinely robust cooling system and highly durable internals, delivering 70,000 plus miles without drama. Valve checks on the modern 765 engine are needed roughly every 12,000 miles, shorter than most of the Japanese rivals on this list, but the labor itself is straightforward and well documented, thanks to a huge global owner community. Seat height ranges from 31 to 32 inches, depending on trim, and wet weight sits around 416 pounds, making it one of the most flickable bikes here, despite the added cylinder over most rivals. Triumph's inline triple layout is a genuine rarity in this class. Most rivals use twins or fours, and it gives this bike a distinctive exhaust note that owners describe as a cross between a scream and a growl. The engine has also powered multiple Moto 2 grid entries over the years, further proof of its high-stress durability. Used prices range from $3,500 to $6,000, covering both the raw early bikes and the more refined modern versions. This is the bike for canyon carvers and track day regulars who love the sound and feel that only an inline triple can deliver. If you are learning something new here, drop a comment below telling us which bike on this list surprised you the most. We genuinely read every single one. Our next bike proves that a small parallel twin, built right, can outlast bikes twice its size. Breaking the number 10 spot, Kawasaki Z650. 2017 onwards, and this 649cc parallel twin has built a massive reputation among owners for one simple reason: it just works. There is a huge user consensus across owner forums highlighting its low maintenance, reliable engine. The reliability proof here is 80,000 plus miles delivered without fuss, in a platform that avoids the complexity that trips up larger, more exotic machines. Valve inspection intervals sit at a generous 15,300 miles, and the engine shares its bottom end with the Ninja 650 and Versys 650, meaning parts are cheap and everywhere. Fuel economy regularly lands in the mid-50s miles per gallon range, and the trellis-style frame keeps wet weight down around 467 pounds, despite the bike's substantial road presence. This platform also underpins Kawasaki's Ninja 650 sport bike and the Versys 650 adventure model, meaning three completely different bikes share one dependable engine and frame architecture. That kind of cross-model reuse is exactly why mechanics everywhere already know this engine inside and out. Used pricing sits at $4,200 to $5,800, an easy entry point for commuters who want something simple, forgiving, and genuinely practical for everyday riding. This is the bike for anyone who just wants to get to work without thinking about their motorcycle. But if you like this twin-cylinder simplicity, our next bike takes the same size class and adds Honda's obsessive over-engineering. Securing value at number 9, Honda CB500F. 2013 onwards, and Honda basically detuned this 471cc parallel twin so aggressively that it borders on indestructible. This platform is considered over-engineered, avoiding the common cam chain and stator failures that haunt lesser rivals. The reliability proof lands at 80,000 plus miles, and this engine sips fuel like it is being graded on efficiency, which frankly, it kind of is. Valve checks are needed only every 16,000 miles, and Honda's automatic cam chain tensioner removes one of the most common wear points found on cheaper twin-cylinder rivals entirely. Fuel economy commonly reaches 70 miles per gallon, and wet weight sits around 425 pounds, making it approachable for smaller riders, while still feeling substantial enough for longer highway stretches. Used prices run $3,000 to American $4,800, making it an excellent choice for A2 license holders in Europe or beginners anywhere who prioritize extreme fuel economy over outright thrills. This is the bike for new riders who want Honda's legendary dependability without the intimidation factor. Our next bike takes small displacement reliability and adds an unmistakably premium European badge. Claiming a premium Euro badge at number 8, BMW G310R. 2017 onwards, and here is a fun fact. BMW built this 313 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine in partnership with TVS in India, specifically to be rugged and dependable, not just badge prestigious. The reliability proof sits at 50,000 plus miles, using straightforward single-cylinder maintenance that prevents the hidden electrical gremlins that sometimes plague more complex BMW machines. The reverse inclined cylinder head, tilted backward with the intake facing forward, was a genuinely clever engineering choice that keeps the center of mass low and the engine compact without adding complexity. Valve checks land around 6,000 miles shorter than most rivals here, but the single-cylinder design keeps the job quick and cheap. Wet weight comes in around 370 pounds, among the lightest bikes on this entire list. This partnership with TVS Motor Company in India was BMW's first major small displacement collaboration of its kind, and the resulting engine has since powered several other BMW and TVS models. That shared production scale across two manufacturers means parts and mechanic familiarity are far more widespread than you would expect from a premium European badge. Used prices run $3,000 to $4,200, an approachable entry point for riders who want that blue and white roundel badge without the premium later bike price tag. This is the bike for entry-level riders on a strict budget who still want genuine European fit and finish. But if a single cylinder feels a little too relaxed, our next bike from BMW doubles the cylinder count and the excitement. Snagging a tough platform at number 7, BMW F800R, 2009 through 2019, and this 798cc parallel twin uses a sturdy Rotax-developed engine that sidesteps the cam wear and oil consumption issues that occasionally haunted BMW's older boxer twins. The reliability proof here lands at 70,000 plus miles, delivered from an engine partnership that prioritized robustness over exotic complexity. Rotax has decades of experience building engines for aircraft and small industrial applications, and that conservative, overbuilt philosophy carried directly over into this motorcycle engine. Valve checks are needed roughly every 6,000 miles, and belt-driven camshafts on this platform have proven remarkably durable, with very few reports of premature belt failure across the model's production run. Wet weight sits around 444 pounds. Used pricing sits between $3,500 and $5,000, a genuinely reasonable price for BMW loyalists hunting for a lightweight, dependable midsize standard. This is the bike for riders who want the Bavarian badge on a budget without sacrificing peace of mind. Our next bike takes reliability to an almost comical extreme, using an engine philosophy borrowed straight from the racetrack rulebook. Picture it, you buy the bike, it looked clean, it sounded great. 3 weeks later, the bills start, a worn chain, tired forks, a service the seller never mentioned. That's thousands gone on a bike you already paid full price for. Our inspection checklist catches every one of those before you pay, walking the bike like a mechanic. Spend $49 now or lose thousands later. Scan the QR on the right or tap the link in the description. Don't let a hidden problem drain your wallet. Locking down a spot as number 6, Yamaha MT-09, 2014 onwards, and this is Yamaha's CP3 platform, a triple-cylinder engine displacing 890 cubic centimeters in modern models, or 847 cubic centimeters before 2021. This engine has a massive global mileage track record, and crucially, it has no major mechanical flaws worth mentioning. The reliability proof stands at 80,000 plus miles, and this platform completely lacks the failure-prone desmodromic valve systems found in some exotic European rivals, meaning routine maintenance stays simple and predictable. Valve inspection intervals run at 26,600 miles, genuinely long for a bike with this much performance on tap. The 2021 redesign grew displacement from 847 to 890 cubic centimeters and added a full electronic suite, but Yamaha kept the fundamental cross-plane crank architecture, the same one that made the smaller MT-07 famous, meaning the reliability reputation carried straight over into the bigger engine. Yamaha's cross-plane crank design, borrowed conceptually from their M1 MotoGP program, staggers the firing intervals unevenly, which is exactly why this engine produces such a distinctive, uneven exhaust growl instead of a smooth, evenly spaced hum. Used prices run $5,000 to $7,500 for a super naked that delivers aggressive power with rock-solid Japanese dependability underneath. This is the bike for aggressive riders who want genuine super naked thrills without gambling on reliability. But our next bike proves that KTM, once known for being fragile, has genuinely turned things around. Blazing in as number 5, KTM 390 Duke. 2013 onwards, and here is an honest admission, earlier generations of this 373cc single-cylinder engine had head gasket issues. KTM fixed it. Modern models, particularly those built after 2017, feature strong thermal management and a genuinely reliable bottom end. The reliability proof today sits at 50,000 plus miles, a massive turnaround for a brand that used to have a reputation for fragility. The 2022 generation switched to a lighter, more rigid frame and added ride-by-wire throttle, and reports of failures in that updated system have been minimal so far. Valve checks land around 9,300 miles, and the liquid-cooled single benefits from a counterbalancer shaft that keeps vibration and therefore long-term wear on fasteners and brackets, noticeably lower than older air-cooled thumpers. Wet weight sits around 360 pounds, among the lightest and most flickable bikes on this entire list. KTM also fitted this generation with a slipper clutch and a lightweight trellis frame borrowed conceptually from the brand's motocross racing background. The result is a bike that feels genuinely track-capable during a weekend canyon run, then commutes without complaint on Monday morning. Used prices land between $3,500 and $5,000, delivering premium suspension components and genuinely aggressive styling at a price that undercuts most Japanese rivals. This is the bike for aggressive urban riders who want European flair with modern sorted reliability. We are almost at the top of the list. If this video has been useful so far, like this video right now. It genuinely helps more people find content exactly like this. Our next bike is a tiny single cylinder that proves reliability does not require big displacement. Grabbing a drama-free deal as number 4, Yamaha MT-03. 2016 onwards, in this 321cc parallel twin is basically the bulletproof R3 sport bike engine, just wearing a naked body. There are no failure-prone exotic parts hiding inside, just straightforward, honest Japanese engineering. The reliability proof stands at 50,000 plus miles. And this engine has a well-earned reputation for starting reliably in literally any weather condition, rain or shine. Valve checks are needed every 26,600 miles, an outstanding interval for an entry-level machine. And fuel economy commonly climbs past 55 miles per gallon. Wet weight sits around 378 pounds, and the low approachable seat height of around 30.7 inches makes it one of the friendliest bikes on this list for shorter riders. Used prices run $3,000 to $4,500, an excellent entry point for beginners who want a forgiving, dependable commuter. This is the bike for new riders who want zero drama and maximum confidence. Our next bike shares a nearly identical mission, but wears the Kawasaki badge instead, climbing to the top as number 3, Kawasaki Z400. 2019 onwards, in this 399cc parallel twin shares the exact same bulletproof architecture as the beloved Ninja 400. This engine simply does not suffer from overheating or piston slap, two issues that have plagued cheaper small displacement rivals for decades. The reliability proof lands at 60,000 plus miles, an impressive figure for an entry-level machine that many riders treat as disposable. Valve inspection intervals sit at 17,000 miles, and the trellis frame borrowed from Kawasaki's larger models keeps the chassis rigid without adding unnecessary weight. Wet weight comes in around 364 pounds, among the lightest full-size naked bikes sold new in America, and fuel economy regularly lands in the mid-50s miles per gallon range. Used prices sit between $3,500 and $4,800, making it an excellent choice for short commuters and smaller riders who want a genuinely lightweight machine. This is the bike for anyone who wants a small bike that does not feel cheaply built. Our next bike takes small displacement reliability and scales it up into a genuinely potent 4-cylinder screamer. Springing in as number 2, Honda CB650R. 2019 onwards, and this 649cc inline-4 delivers Honda's classic inline-4 durability in a modern naked package. This engine does not suffer from the harsh vibration, wear and tear that plagues high-strung race-derived motors because it was tuned specifically for smooth, everyday street use. The reliability proof sits at 90,000 plus miles, an outstanding figure for a 4-cylinder engine at this price point. Valve checks are needed roughly every 16,000 miles, and this engine benefits from a genuinely overbuilt bottom end shared with the CBR 650R sport bike, just tuned lower in the rev range for street-friendly torque. Wet weight sits around 445 pounds, and the slipper clutch, standard on every model year, means downshifting into corners never upsets the chassis, a small but genuinely useful detail for everyday riders. Used pricing runs $5,500 to $7,200, a genuinely fair price for riders upgrading from smaller 400cc machines who want that smooth, screaming inline-4 power delivery without sacrificing dependability. This is the bike for riders ready to graduate to a 4-cylinder without graduating to 4-cylinder headaches. And now, we have arrived at number 1, a bike so consistently reliable that it has basically become the industry's default answer whenever anyone asks, what is a safe first big bike? Stealing the number 1 spot, Suzuki GSX-S750 K5 Legacy Edition. 2015 onwards, and we are closing with the bike that best represents this entire list's philosophy. Powered by the legendary K5 GSX-R engine, displacing 749 cubic centimeters, this inline-4 is revered specifically for its bulletproof bottom end and dead reliable fuel injection system. The reliability proof is about as good as it gets, 100,000 plus miles, using an engine platform that has already proven itself over decades of real-world use in multiple Suzuki models. This exact engine architecture traces back to the early 2000s GSX-R superbike, meaning the design has been refined, stress-tested, and improved upon for over 20 years before it ever landed in this naked bike. Valve checks are needed every 14,500 miles, and wet weight sits around 463 pounds, striking a genuinely useful balance between everyday comfort and enough performance to keep experienced riders satisfied for years. Used prices sit between $5,000 and $6,500 for a genuinely smooth, Japanese-engineered inline-4 wrapped in an aggressive street brawler body. This is the bike for fans of incredibly smooth power delivery who want the reassurance of a genuinely proven engine underneath them. 20 bikes, 20 engines that owners trust enough to put 100,000 miles on without blinking. Every single one of these standards and naked bikes was built on the same principle. Fewer complicated parts means fewer things that can go wrong. While someone else is Googling why their fancy new naked bikes ride-by-wire throttle just through a fault code, you will be commuting to work on a machine that has already outlived 3 separate owners. If you learned something new today, click on the next video on your screen right now, and we will see you there. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like this video.